ground, and all now is almost in readiness for the replayed 1998 County Senior Hurling Final, Athenry and Abbey-Duniry, in what should be a very entertaining game. As I say, the nerves of the county final, well, maybe gone away from the players now. They have a week to settle down, and just we're looking around to see if there's any switches. I noticed that the Athenry full back line has selected with Eamon Keogh, Jerry Keane and John Feeney. Matty Kinney going in to play on the fringe of the square. Kevin Broddick going to top of the right, and PJ Madden into the left corner. Declan Power here in front of us at number 12, and number 5 is Brian Higgins. The ball though is ready to be thrown in, and it goes, and the replay is underway here at Kenny in Duggan Park in Ballinasloe, and it's the Braw in possession. Kevin Broderick, a diagonal ball to the near side of the field, trying to find PJ Madden, nicely controlled by the corner forward. PJ Madden makes room, hand passes out towards Tom Kavanagh. Tom Kavanagh 40 yards out, looks, strikes into hand to Matty Kenny. Matty Kenny gathers it, holds possession, tries to make room, kicks high and kicks over the bar, and a good score and a good start for Abbey-Duniry and Matty Kenny, John.
Fair play to Matty Kenny. He must have heard that I was criticising him, because he caught that ball, put his head down and was going for goal, and he was kind of half fouled there, so he was, but he got his point. And if I praise a player when he does the thing right, and he did the thing right there, no doubt about it. Great start for Abbey-Duniry.
And so Mickey Crimmins with the maroon top. A long ball down the middle that goes. Up the go into the hand of Hodgie, and Hodgie a long relieving clearance. The roar of the crowd for this fine young hurler. Up goes John Feeney with Jerry Kane. The ball breaks. It breaks for John Feeney. Feeney has it with the red and white helmet. Hurls it down. Athenry attacking. Blocked by James Shield, the captain. Out towards the centre of the field. Across comes Donal Morton, who seems to be way out the field. Donal Morton had passed it across to Brian Hanley. Hanley has possession of the ball. A chance of an equaliser from Hanley. High and over the bar. The sides are level.
Athenry have replied with style. Hand pass was thrown into his direction, and Abbey-Duniry fella missed the pass, and Hanley picked it up and shot it over the bar. But it must be noted there, Liam Hodgins, that was a magnificent catch and clearance he effected there, and you never know, he might have another blinder again today.
Yes, I noticed that Donal Morton is at right half forward, Joe Rabbitte is at full forward, and Eugene Cloonan at top of the left. Athenry have changed their tactics today, John.
Obviously they have, 9 points was just there was no score to get in a county senior final, so they've decided now we better do something about it, and they've made a few changes. At the moment we see James Shield down there injured anyway, he'd be a big loss to Abbey-Duniry if he had to go off injured at this point of time, so he would.
It's really very hard to know where Joe Rabbitte's best position is on the field. He's been tried in so many positions. It will be interesting to see how he'll get on when Hodgins play.
Well, that's true, alright, he's... As you said yourself, it's hard to know where he plays well. I think centre half forward might be his best position, but he lacks real speed, and that's why he doesn't make too much of an impact for Galway, But Hodgins won the first ball there, and it was him that affected the clearance. Liam Hodgins doesn't appear to be undaunted. He doesn't appear to be worried about who he plays, and that's the right way to go about it. But we've an interesting 59 minutes ahead of us to look at that duel.
I thought myself that Athenry won the midfield last week. They're through Brendan Keogh and Brian Hanley. Ger Lynch and Niall Shield will have to tighten up their game a bit more today.
There's no doubt about that, all right. That sort of superiority wasn't reflected in the scoreboard for the simple reason that, Athenry created 2 penalties, and, under normal circumstances, you nearly expect 2 goals to come out of it, but they didn't, and, the scoreline will only reveal what the scores that were scored, so they had 2 chances of goals the last day. Athenry must be borne in mind and didn't take them. You're right there with Abbey-Duniry midfield. They will have to come up from us, but it must be remembered that James Shields was that shot the equalising point for Abbey-Duniry, and he's a tough man, and he received some rough treatment the last day, but he's a tough man, and we'll see him out there again today.
Well, it's great to see James Shield back on his feet and ready to resume in his centre half-back role, playing on Pat Higgins. I think it was Niall Shield was the man that got the equaliser the last day. But on we go with the play, and it's Brian Feeney. Brian Feeney under the ball, helped out by Paul Hardiman. Paul Hardiman hurls Athenry forward, sends them attacking into the corner, and Eugene Cloonan goes up with Val Kavanagh, who's over there in the right corner back position. In possession though is Joe Rabbitte. Joe Rabbitte trying to get inside of Hodgie. His shot well blocked down by Hodgie. Up goes the hand of Eugene Cloonan, but over the sideline it goes before Eugene can get to it, and it's a line ball to Abbey-Duniry. Good defence there from Hodgie.
Absolutely magnificent defence. He stood with him all the way and won the ball in the end. That was superb play by Liam Hodgins. That's the only way you can describe that.
Well, I noticed that Abbey-Duniry has persisted with what they did last week. moving the cornerbacks. Val Kavanagh, although number four is playing in the right full back position with Keith Fearty over in the left corner back position. As it's Athenry in possession. The man with got the score. Brian Hanley back to his partner Brendan Keogh. High from Brendan Keogh off his left hand in towards Kevin Devine. Kevin Devine gathers the ball cleanly and sends it out towards Declan Donnelly. Declan Donnelly is hooked. He's shot blocked down by Donald Morden. Donald Morden with a chance of a score. High from Donald Morden over the bar. That's a good score and the lead for Athenry.
Great score, all right. Declan Donnelly was caught in position, didn't execute a clearance, and the end result of it was a point for Athenry, and Athenry got 2 points to 1 up.
And so Declan Donnelly, as John said there, it's slow in getting that clearance away, and he was punished for it, with Donald Moran getting his first score of the match. Kevin Devine's puck out. Is this a tactical one? It goes right into the hand of Paul Hardiman. Paul Hardiman is held. He held the ball first. He was held himself then, and over is the free on the far side of the field to Athenry and to the centre back, number 6, Brian Feeney. Feeney, the county corner back, as he hurls this ball in between the 14 and the 21. Rabbitte and Hodgie goes up for it. It breaks for the corner back, Val Kavanagh. Val Kavanagh hurls it out towards Noel Finnerty. Noel Finnerty takes the shoulder, gets up with the ball and clears the ball up to his own 65, up to go for it there, and it's Brian Hanley, very effective in the early stages of the game. Brian Hanley off his right hand, a diagonal ball. Well, as he goes up for that ball, he pushes Joe Rabbitte, and the free is to Athenry, dead straight in front of the post, 25 yards out, and Rabbitte won a good free there.
He did, yeah, but Liam Hodgins debated that decision. I'm not sure whether it was a foul or not. There's no doubt about it, in the hope that Liam Hodgins will crack if Rabbitte gets a few balls. You know, he could create dangers, and they're going to try and make Athenry Abbey-Duniry crack.
Eugene Cloonan stands over the ball. This the chance of his side's third point. Here comes Eugene, straight and through over the black spot, between the posts and over the bar it goes, and Athenry go further in front. John, Brian Handley is winning a lot of ball in the 5 or 6 minutes of play.
That's true, all right. Some of the Athenry players have upped the tempo a lot. Even Paul Hardiman there, they're kind of playing aggressive hurling at the moment, you know. But it must be remembered they have a slight breeze with them, so you know they might want to get all the scores that they can get.
The long puck out, the near side of the field. Struggling for possession, stalemate, nobody really winning the ball. It's now won by Brendan Keogh, blocked out by James Shield. James Shield uses the ground ball, the near side of the field, in towards PJ Madden's corner. PJ Madden brings the ball up, but brings it out over the sideline, off his Hurley, and it's a line ball to Athenry into the corner back. The man with the yellow helmet, Eamon Keogh. Eamon Keogh, 30 yards from his own goal post, as he takes this sideline cut, the stand side of the field, looks up, and now cuts it high and long. It's gone 50 yards. It's up where they'll go up for it, and it's brought down there and brought over the sideline. And the linesman on the near side of the field is Jerry Sheehan, and he's signalling. And what's he going to do? He's signalling a Athenry ball, is he? Well, the crowd there in the stand doesn't seem to agree with that, but it is a line ball to Athenry, and now, well, the crowd must be right, because the linesman has changed his mind and is signalling that it is Abbey-Duniry ball, quickly taken from Ger Lynch into his captain James Shield. James Shield sends Duniry attacking, down it goes into John Feeney's corner. The ball hurled out by the fullback Jerry Kane, out to Brendan Keogh. Brendan Keogh drops it the first time. He goes again, hard pulling, the ball breaks for Paul Hardiman. Paul Hardiman, used a good ground ball, sends Athenry attacking, down into the corner. Out comes Eugene Cloonan. Eugene Cloonan trying to control it, can't control it. Out over the sideline, off his Hurley it goes, and it's a sideline cut to Abbey-Duniry. This time the far side of the field. Val Kavanagh, one of 3 Kavanagh brothers in the Abbey-Duniry panel. 2 of them playing, of course. His brother Tom, who had a good game last week, playing on the 40 at centre half forward, as Val Kavanagh cuts a long ball up for Abbey-Duniry. Down it goes, up goes the hand of Paul Hardiman. He drops the ball to PJ Kenny. PJ Kenny is 25 yards out. The ball knocked off his Hurley, picked up by Kevin Broderick, who's coming across. A chance from Kevin Broderick, high from Braw, over the bar, and a good score, and good anticipation from Broderick there.
No doubt about that. He picked her up on the run, and when he gets the ball in a bit of space in front of him, he quickly shot it over the bar, and that's what will thrill the hearts of the Abbey-Duniry people. A magnificent point by Kevin Broderick. Good play too by PJ Kenny. He kept going even though he was being closely marked.
Just the bare minimum between the sides, 3 points to 2. Athenry with the advantage. This the replay county finalist Declan Donnelly. Well, foolishly hits that ball first time, and foolishly hits it out over the sideline on the stand side of the field, and a little bit of an experience shown there by Declan Donnelly as he hit that ball out over the sideline. And the result is this sideline cut to the number 5, this stylish and very effective wing back, Brian Higgins. Higgins cuts it in to Brian Hanley. High from Brian Hanley off his left hand. It's dropping in, but it's dropping to the left, and it's dropping just to the left and wide. And so Kevin Devine is looking around, and it'll be interesting to see where Kevin will send this puck out. I know Abbey-Duniry were working on this puck out, and earlier in the week, and indeed for some time since they knew they were playing Athenry in the county final. This time is he going to go down the middle? He is indeed, down towards Brian Feeney and Tom Kavanagh. In over the hand of Brian Feeney, breaks out for Brian Hanley. Brian Hanley over there, struggling, trying to get possession. Jimmy Cooney does the right thing there. The play had broken down, and he's going to throw the ball in between two players, and in it goes. And it's won by Abbey-Duniry and Tom Kavanagh. Tom Kavanagh looks up, sends a right-handed ball in, high from Tom Kavanagh, dropping in, comes off the hurley of Mickey Crivens. PJ Madden trying to finish it off, couldn't, and Mickey Crivens gets his clearance away. That was a dangerous dropping ball in there in the goal mouth.
Great ball by Kavanagh. Before that, he appeared to be injured. The ball fell out to him, and he had elected to have a go. Kavanagh's a good hurler, and I'd say we could see him playing for Galway yet. He's a tough-looking man, and he's determined, and that's the way to be.
Well, John Matty Murphy knows an awful lot about him, and he's the new manager. And there is a sideline cut right here in front of us. The midfielder, Ger Lynch. The white helmet, a great sideline cut from Ger Lynch. It is a great sideline cut from 45 yards out over the bar.
Each of a point, basic hurling skill, executed magnificently by Ger Lynch. That should be in any coach's manual. A magnificent point. And Abbey-Duniry, you're giving us good old-fashioned hurling here so far.
And they're level at 3 points apiece, and we have played exactly 10.5 minutes in the first half as Athenry go attacking through Eddie Brady. Eddie Brady, as he had possession of that ball, he was held there back there by the defence. Jimmy Cooney has blown, and a chance is for Athenry to go in front again from this free. This free about 48 yards out to the left of the post, and Eugene Cloonan is going to take it. Although wearing number 14, he's playing in the left corner forward position. The left high strapped very, very heavily, I notice, as Eugene stands over the ball. I believe Eugene has a niggling injury for the last while back as he takes this free and sends it in. Well, where's the ball gone? The umpire has signalled that it's gone wide. Well, his accuracy has affected him there as well. That was a chance of a score, John.
Definitely, he doesn't appear to be the man he was at all in 1996 when he was a magnificent minor for Galway. Now he's just an ordinary hurler, no more than the rest of them, no more than the vast majority of players that play club hurling, and that was definitely let off for Abbey-Duniry.
Well, I noticed that Kevin Broderick, they have persisted in playing him in there in the corner. They started him there a week ago. They brought him out the field. They've started him in the corner today, and he has done much better in the early stages. He's got a good point from play, and he's trying to get possession of this one with John Feeney in possession, but taken away from him. It comes to Red Power. Red Power with a chance. Red Power with room high from Dick Power, and over the bar, and a good start for the big Red Power.
Great old-fashioned hurling, and the crowd are getting behind them. That's good. It's lovely to see the hurling that Abbey-Duniry are playing. They're determined, they're good, honest to God hurling, and Red Power took his point there, and that fella has good breeding in him, as his grandfather won about 5 county medals, and Abbey-Duniry be looking for the likes of him to come up trumps today.
Kevin Broderick was really very much involved in that as well. He was causing problems for the Athenry defence, but it's Athenry trying to going forward at the moment. They're succeeding in going forward through Donal Morton. Donal Morton is high from Donal Morton, and that's a very good reply from Donal Morton.
Yes, a great point by Donal Morton there. Abbey-Duniry were slightly in top there. He picked it up and from about 50 yards out, shot it on the run over the bar. An excellent point, and he's a tight, nice little hurler.
Well, it was 3 points apiece. It's now 4 points apiece. There's a switch in the Abbey-Duniry full forward line. Matty Kinney gone top of the left. PJ Madden gone in at full forward. As Kevin Devine looks up, and the old yellow top, number 1 on the back. The puck out, it's on its way. Paul Hardiman and PJ Kinney, country over on the far side of the field, and it's Hardiman is the winner. Hardiman solos the ball out. Intended for a colleague, but intercepted by James Shield. Overhit there from Paul Hardiman as James Shield uses the boot, and he kicks it forward. Knocked down by Brian Feeney to Eugene Cloonan, and Eugene Cloonan is back in his own half of the field. And a great interception there, a great block down by Niall Shield. Eugene Cloonan way up the field there. Val Kavanagh decided to stay back. The result is this sideline cut. Paul Hardiman doing well over there at left half back as he cuts a high and long ball in, and a good one in, and up the go, and it blocks down where Hodgie is there. It couldn't come up from the first time. It comes up the second time. He solos the ball out. He's being chased there by 2 Athenry, chased by Rabbitte. Good work there by Rabbitte. The ball picked up by Carl Moore into Rabbitte. Rabbitte, a half-hit ball. In it goes, where it's stopped inside by Val Kavanagh. Kavanagh goes after the ball himself. Leaves it for PJ Kenny, who's gone way back into his own full back line, but it's a loose clearance to Brian Hanley. High from Brian Hanley, but a bad one from Brian Hanley to the left. That was a chance of a score for Athenry.
Definitely, there was a lot of loose play there. There was 3 Abbey-Duniry lads on their own, completely in the full back line. There was 3 Athenry lads on their own, out in the middle of the field. So it was definitely a chance for Athenry. But you know, we've about 15 minutes gone in this match, and it's even Stephen, 4 points. Fair play to Abbey-Duniry. They're staying with Athenry, and you know, this is a great day for the parish, and you know, they've no great winning tradition behind them, but they're getting stuck in, and they're giving as good as they get, and they're a defiant lot, and they're proving that out in the field there today.
Well, I'm sure Abbey-Duniry mentors will be carefully looking over there at the far side of the field. The two long lads, the two very much lookalikes, Brian Hanley and Paul Hardiman. They, to me, are winning a lot of ball over there so far in the game on Niall Shield and PJ Kenny, John.
No doubt about that. Hardiman is playing a fairly aggressive game today, and he's very determined. He's coming forward, catching the ball, coming forward and hitting good clearances. He's certainly fairly psyched up for this match. So their Athenry opponents, or their Abbey-Duniry opponents, PJ Kenny and Niall Shield, who always appears to be fairly injury prone, that want to up the tempo, as it were, and in order to achieve parity there.
4 points on the scoreboard to Athenry, 4 points to Abbey-Duniry, and Kevin Devine is ready, and it's 16 minutes into the half. Level pegging, Ger Lynch gathers it on the halfway line, hooked up by Pat Higgins. Brendan Keogh kicks to the far side of the field. 2 Abbey-Duniry men going for it. One of them is Niall Shield. Shield hurls it up. Up goes Jerry Kane. Kane, a very confident fullback, gathers cleanly and confidently, and a long clearance down into the hand of Noel Finnerty. Finnerty finds the supporting James Shield. James Shield shot blocked down. Well, that was foolish from James Shield. He's seen the tackle coming in, but he decided to throw up the ball, and he was blocked down foolishly there, but he's helped out by a colleague. The ball breaks for PJ Kenny. Kenny shot across to the near side of the field, where Eddie Brady had to it. Eddie Brady into the corner. Keith Finnerty and Cathal Morton. Cathal Morton picks it up. A chance for Cathal Morton. High. Looks good. Over the bar. Cathal Morton with his first point of the game.
A good point by Cathal Morton, all right there. Some of the Abbey-Duniry players were caught in possession. They were a bit too naive in their striking. They didn't think that they'd be blocked down, but blocked down they were, and Cathal Morton capitalised on about 2 or 3 Abbey-Duniry players being blocked down. It's 5 points to Athenry, 4 points to Abbey-Duniry, and we've 17 minutes gone as far as I can see.
Well, certainly James Shield got caught there in trying to get that clearance away. As I said, he was blocked down, and well, the end result of it is the lead for Athenry, 5 points to 4, and Devine is busy with the puck out as he sends it down the middle. Matty is out for it this time. Matty trying to come through it, leaves it for Kevin Broderick. Kevin Broderick, good vision, finds Tom Kavanagh. High from Tom Kavanagh, but to the left and wide. And good pressure applied there by Brian Hanley and the Athenry defence on Tom Kavanagh. He hadn't a lot of room that time, John.
Definitely, yes. Put it in a nutshell there. Good pressure was applied to Thomas Kavanagh, and he had to rush his shot, and then he drove it wide.
And so he's still 5 points to 4. Mickey Crimmins, one of the fine young goalkeepers in the county, down the middle once again, knocked down by Ger Lynch to Niall Shield, his partner in midfield. Niall Shield sends Duniry attacking. Up goes the hand of Paul Hardiman. The ball is on the ground. They're struggling for it over there. I'm sure Jimmy Cooney will blow the whistle. Indeed he does blow the whistle, and he's going to throw the ball in. In it goes between 2 players. Paul Hardiman is standing over it, and he wins it. Paul Hardiman out to the halfway line, where it's intercepted by Niall Shield. Niall Shield, as he went forward there to try and bring the ball forward, it came off his shoulder, and it's a sideline cut to Athenry. They dug outside the field. The flag's blowing over there, as you can see, and blowing in Athenry's favour in the first half, and they're a point in front. Ger Larkin, as one of the selectors out there in the field, having a word with Tom Kavanagh as Paul Hardiman gets ready with the puck out. The blue helmet, number 7 on the back. A diagonal ball way over. Oh, brilliantly held by Donald Morton. Donald Morton solos. Donald Morton, and again, great block down and great interception by Declan Donnelly. The end result is this sideline cut, and the defences are doing well. Great blocking down on both sides as this sideline cut is in front of the stand, and Donald Morton is the one that's going to take it. Number 15 on his back. The Morton's playing on the right side of the attack. A good sideline cut from Donald Morton. In it goes, drops in, and comes off the hurley of the Eugene Cloonan. That was a very dangerous ball dropping in there from that sideline cut, John.
Donald Morton's a very dangerous attacker, and even when Declan Donnelly done magnificent to flick the ball out there, but your man took the line ball and nearly ended up you could have ended up in the back of the net, he's certainly one Athenry attacker that would want to be watched. But it's a good match so far, and the hurling is quite good.
And certainly Eugene Cloonan was prowling, as they say, at the end of that sideline cut. He just just failed to get his hurley to it, and it went out over the in line for the puck out, which is taken by Kevin Devine. It comes to Kevin Broderick. Broderick trying to find Tom Cavan on the far side, but the Athenry defence there in numbers. And again, it's stalemate, a little breakdown in the play. Tom Kavanagh trying to take it up. Tom Kavanagh between the 21 and the 14. And the linesman puts up the flag on the far side, and he signals that it came off Tom Kavanagh. And it is an Athenry ball. A lot of sideline cuts, on both sides of the field so far. It's a wide pitch here in Ballinasloe, but it's not wide enough for the Abbey-Duniry and Athenry players so far. As I said, we've seen a number of sideline cuts. A low one this time, up to Brendan Keogh. He leaves it for Brian Hanley. Brian Hanley sends Athenry attacking down into the left corner. Joe Rabbitte going up, knocked out of his hand there by Hodgie. Rabbitte goes after it, and back goes Noel Finnerty. It comes off Noel Finnerty's hurley, and it is again a sideline cut. A lot of sideline cuts, John. That's
true, all right. Like, however it is, there's a lot of sideline cuts, all right. But it must be, Liam Hodgins must be applauded again there for the way he batted that ball down as it was going high into Joe Rabbitte's hand. And certainly Hodgins is having a very good game for Abbey-Duniry so far.
Well, Paul Hardiman took the last sideline cut from 14 yards from his own in-line. He's now within 42 of the Abbey-Duniry, and as he cuts this one dangerously in, and again it comes off Eugene Cloonan. Eugene was at the end of that one. He's looking dangerous in around the fringe of the square there, John.
Definitely. Athenry, however, they're sideline ball. They're ending up within about 5 yards out from the Abbey-Duniry goals, and then when a ball ends up 5 yards out from the goals, it can cause consternation in the defence. But Abbey-Duniry, they've kept a clean sheet so far, and fair play to them.
We still have got a goal in the game. We got a goal with the first puck of the match, you could say, a week ago. And we've now played 22 minutes of this game and no goal and 1 point between the sides. 5 points to 4 is Abbey-Duniry go attacking, but the attack is about to be broken up by Jerry Kane. And Jerry Kane out to his own 45. Up goes Red Power. Red Power leaves it for Matty. Matty trying to get inside Eamon Keogh. And it's still Matty. Hand passes it. Intercepted though by Donald Morton. Way back in his own half of the field. Donald Morton sends Athenry attacking down into the corner to his brother Cahill. Cahill tips it infield, but only to an Abbey-Duniry man. Noel Finnerty to Niall Shield. Lovely control. Lovely skill from Shield. Niall Shield trying to find a colleague. Fails to find the colleague, but gets the ball forward. Down goes Brian Higgins. Brian Higgins hurls it out to Brendan Keogh. And Brendan Keogh, a long ball. Right long ball in front of the square. One-handed from Eugene Cloonan, but out over the end line to the left and wide. One-handed pull there from Eugene Cloonan. It could have really gone anywhere.
Good, and there's a flare up now in the goal mouth. Definitely Cloonan, Jenny, that ball could have gone any place. It was harder to get put the ball wide with that flick that he did there, but wide it did go. There's hard hurling going out there. It's they're crunching tackles being dished out both sides. Good to see Matty Kenny getting stuck in up here up at this end of the field, and he's down his damnedest today. The last day I said he wouldn't kill a fly, but today the way he's going, he's much more aggressive.
Well, I'm like yourself, John. I've been certainly enjoying the 23 minutes the way it played in the game. It's good play, it's good open hurling, and good committed stuff from 30 lads out there on the field of play. As up the go from the puck out, Brian Feeney can't hold on to it, but he's helped out by the other Brian. Hanley to Brady. Brady, a very well hit ball from Eddie Brady. Very long hit ball from Eddie Brady, but so very wide. It went about 10 yards to the right and wide. Eddie Brady, it was a great strike, but it gave nobody any chance.
Not really. I think it was more or less a hit and hope ball, and it never created any danger at all once it left its hurley.
Kevin Devine once more looking for a ball to come in his way. And Kevin Devine, here he comes. Again, this side of the field. Brian Higgins goes up for it, knocks it down. Declan Donnelly, broken hurley there, but it's pulled down by Brian Higgins. Brian Higgins coming across those, Noel Finnerty. Noel Finnerty, mishit from Noel Finnerty. It may work out, does it? No. Donald Morton, very loose, sends it back where Brian Feeney sends it back to Donald Morton. He loses it, and Niall Shield has it. Niall Shield strikes it high from Niall Shield, but to the left and wide from Niall Shield. Chance for Niall Shield, but again he was under pressure.
He was under pressure. He rose that ball well, and I tell you, Niall Shield's a tough man. The last day he took some whacks, and I saw him get a whack across the ankle, and he's up against a fairly aggressive opponent today, but he's a tough looking man, Niall Shield, and he's getting stuck in there today, and that's what you want.
Here comes the puck out. Eugene Cloonan, as he went for that ball, he was tripped there as he went for that ball, and there is a free to Athenry, and a chance for them to go 2 points clear. This free on the 45-metre line to the left of the post, and to Eugene Cloonan. Eugene Cloonan then, number 14, as James Shield makes his way back into the goal line. Eugene Cloonan stands over the ball, a chance of a score here And to put his side further in front, high from Eugene Cloonan, good from Eugene Cloonan, over the bar. Athenry leads by 2 points, John.
Oh yeah, yes, it's still even Stephen, like, you know. But, I thought that ball was nearly going to go wide for a minute, but you know, over the bar went, and that's gets Eugene Cloonan off the mark, as it were. So it's 6 points to Athenry and 4 points to Abbey-Duniry, and we've about 5 minutes left in this very entertaining first half, I have to say.
Yes, 5 minutes exactly to go in the county final replay, and this time it's a long puck out. Broderick misses it, leaves it for PJ Kinney, high from PJ Kinney and wide from PJ Kinney. Well, that's 2 or 3 wides that Abbey-Duniry has in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, no, there wasn't much conviction in the way he struck that ball now, and, you know, he should have elected to do better there. He's over wide, and they could be 2 crucial wides that Abbey-Duniry missed in the last few minutes, you know, but he should have done better.
I noticed that Matty has gone in again at full forward with PJ Madden at left corner forward, and Paul Hardiman is fouled on the far side there, and again it's a free to Athenry, and well, Jerry Kane is going forward, Donald Morden is going across, and Jerry Kane decides to go back, and Donald Morden decides, I'll take it, and this one in his own half of the field, about 60 metres out from his own in line. Donald Morden, elusive type of player, as he sends this ball in, a high one that's going to go drop to the right. Up goes the hand of Rabbitte. Rabbitte collects it. Rabbitte hand passes it across. Eugene Cloonan's hurley goes up. Devine comes out. The ball comes out as well. James Shield coming out with it. And the captain trying to solo the ball out. Hand pass it infield. And dangerous hand pass into an Athenry man. Pat Higgins is brought down. And that was foolish from James Shield.
Foolish is right, you know. James Shield, this is the second time he's been caught in no position. They're trying to do silly, they're a bit naive at times, Abbey-Duniry. They're good old-fashioned hurlers, alright, like, but you know, they don't know when a fella's going to hook them or anything like that. Some of them anyway, that's the impression I get. And you know, this is another point now for Athenry, they shouldn't be getting it all.
Well, certainly James Shield really had possession of that one, but he didn't really look. He looked just hopefully hand passed the ball in, hoping that a colleague would pick it up, but it was picked up by Pat Higgins. He anticipated it, and he was brought down, held in transit, as they say, as he was going through. And Eugene Cloonan, I'm sure he'll be satisfied to go for a point here from this one and put his side 3 points up on the scoreboard. With 27 minutes of the half played, it's 6 points to 4 at this stage, and Athenry with a chance of their 7th as Eugene Cloonan strikes in. He hit it low, but he hit it high enough to go over the bar, and his sides lead by 3 points. And so 3 points between the sides, about 27 and a half minutes into the half, and Athenry have that 3 points advantage. Athenry also have the wind advantage, although the flags on the far side of the field seem to have died down an awful lot, as the crowd getting behind their respective sides. The big crowd here at Duggan Park and Ballinasloe. The puck out is up on its way, and it's Tom Kavanagh leaves it there for Niall Shield. Niall Shield brought down, but has the ball, hand passes it to Tom Kavanagh. Tom Kavanagh looks, Tom Kavanagh strikes. That's a great score from Tom Kavanagh.
An absolutely magnificent point, and just when Abbey-Duniry needed it most, and Tom Kavanagh's a very, very good hurler, and that score keeps Abbey-Duniry back in this game. And with good credit there too to James Shields. You know, he passed that ball out to him, or Niall Shields rather.
Yes, good work from Niall Shield indeed, as Mickey Crimmins sends Athenry attacking. Val Kavanagh going up for the ball, leaves it there for a colleague. The colleague loses out. There's a breakdown in the play. Players trying to take it up there, still persisting in taking it up. Jimmy Coney decides to stop it all, to blow the whistle, and I think he's going to throw it in. About 50 yards out, in it goes, and Pat Higgins wins the pull. Joe Rabbitte and Hodgie go for the ball. Rabbitte goes to the ground, Hodgie picks up the ball, a weak clearance from Hodgie, comes off the hurley of Athenry defender. Hodgie not getting his clearances away at this stage, John.
Yeah, he was definitely half black down there, but it must be sure Joe Rabbitte is an intimidating obstacle. There's no doubt about that, and here's another chance for Athenry.
And it's not taken. It was a chance for Eddie Brady, but it wasn't taken from him. He sent it to the left. He was all alone. Well, if Abbey-Duniry has missed chances down here in front of us, certainly that was a chance for Eddie Brady, and he certainly didn't take that one. But there's still 3 between them, 2 in fact between them. 7 points to 5. Tom Kavanagh, of course, with a point a few minutes ago. There's 2 points between the sides as their switches in, and the Abbey-Duniry forward line will follow the play as the ball drops down between Brian Higgins and Declan Power. The ball pulled down by Brendan Keogh. Keogh sends Athenry attacking down in front of the stand, picked up by Pat Higgins. Pat Higgins coming into the game right now. A chance for Pat Higgins. He sends it in. Kevin Devine is all alone inside. He leaves the ball behind him. Oh, where's it going to end up? He gets back in time. He picks it up. He tries to come out. He's held. And there's a free out. And Kevin Devine is very, very lucky, John.
Definitely, that's nearly the first time I ever saw Kevin Devine make a mistake, but fair play to him, he tried to recover, but an Abbey-Duniry player it may be at a cost, because there's an Abbey-Duniry player down injured there, but you know, in the end, all's well that ends well. Whether this will end well now, whether that player is injured or not, I do not know, but certainly Kevin Devine, was a very rare error on his part.
Well, that player that's down injured, I think, might have an awful lot, a big part to play in stopping that ball from crossing the line as well. He has paid the penalty in that he's down injured, but he certainly prevented what seemed like the ball crossing the line and going into the net. We don't know who that Abbey-Duniry player is. I think it might be Val Kavanagh, the number 4. I think that's who it might be. I noticed that Keith Finnerty is number 2 and he's on his feet. And Liam Hodgins I noticed standing up in there. And I think it might be Val Kavanagh. That's the injured party, and seems a serious one. Players Red Crossmen are going in, but they're now going out again. And hopefully John Val will be okay.
I hope he's up and about. I hope he's okay. Like, you know, you'd hate to see any player seriously injured or anything like that. But I'd say that he'd like to hear the half-time whistle come very soon, so he would.
Well, the half-time whistle's not very far away at all. We've played it on my stopwatch 30 minutes in the first half. It's 2 points, just 2 points between the sides in this, the replay county final. As up the goal, in over the head of Brian Feeney it goes. Feeney goes back, one-handed trying to swing it away, but swings it only to an Abbey-Duniry man, PJ Kinney. Kinney is pushed and can't take up the ball, and is picked up instead by Paul Hardiman. Hardiman, he hand passes into Brian Feeney. Feeney sends Athenry forward, sends them attacking. Up goes Cathal Morden. Cathal Morden for Joe Rabbitte. Knocked off his hurley, but breaks for Pat Higgins. Pat Higgins goes forward. Pat Higgins trying to find support, hand pass it back to Donald Morden. Donald Morden with a chance of a score. High from Donald Morden. It looks good from Donald, and it's over the bar. And a great score just before the half-time break to send Athenry 3 points clear.
No doubt about it, Donald Morden is a lethal threat to Abbey-Duniry, and there don't seem to be any way in which they have to counteract them.
Well, probably Abbey-Duniry anticipated Joe Rabbitte maybe starting at wing forward, but they were caught out on that one. Donald Morden has started out on Declan Donnelly, and Declan is one of the youngest players on the Abbey-Duniry side, and his side is 3 points down at this stage into injury time in the first half. 8 points to Athenry, 5 points to Abbey-Duniry, and it's Tom Kavanagh with one of the Abbey-Dunarys. In fact, he scored their last point as he sent it in towards PJ Kinney. Kinney is beaten though by John Feeney. Feeney goes after the ball himself, held out by Brian Higgins. Higgins a ground ball up to Brother Pat. Brother Pat is on the halfway line. Brother Pat is causing problems now for James Shield as he tries to bring the ball forward. Pat Higgins picks it up, has time to pick it up, has time to tap it out to Brendan Keogh. Brendan Keogh hurls it in. Brendan Keogh hurls it high, and Brendan Keogh hurls it over the bar, and Athenry suddenly are gone 4 in front.
There could be 2 very crucial points now that they got there in what you might say of injury time, but you know, Abbey-Duniry at times are a bit naive, and you know, Athenry are sorting them out at times.
4 points then of a lead, 5 points to 4 as Jimmy Cooney signals to the goalkeeper Kevin Devine to come with the puck out. And here it comes, and we're still playing on as the ball is down towards Brian Higgins and Declan Power. The Red Power has it. Doesn't hit it very well. It's stopped to drop short. Up goes Eamon Keogh. Keogh holds the ball. He's held and turned, and the free out is going Athenry's way. And Declan Power, although he won possession of that ball, he didn't hit it very well. And Eamon Keogh, a very experienced cornerback, he put up the hand, he grabbed the ball, he was grabbed and turned, and Jerry Kane as he takes the free. Jimmy Cooney calls for the half-time break here at Duggan Park in Ballinasloe. Athenry have a 4 points advantage, leading by 9 points to 5, and 2 very vital scores in injury time for Athenry that puts them 4 in front.
There's no doubt about that. Them 2 points could be the difference in it at the end, you know. But that last ball that was hit in there, you know, PJ Madden, you know, he was beaten decisively by his opponent, you know, and so, you know, Abbey-Duniry, I don't know whether they've the reserves now, but they want to spring a sub there on the forward line to add a bit of a punch up front, as it were. But as I said, those 2 points could be crucial, and I don't think at any stage in the drawing game did Athenry go 4 points up. I know Abbey-Duniry went 4 points up all right at the start of the match, but Athenry didn't go up. And now that they've them 4 points up, they'll try and nail Abbey-Duniry in the first 10 minutes of the second half. And it all remains to be seen how they'll go anyway.
Well, of course, Abbey-Duniry, very small in stature in there in the full forward line. Kevin Broddick, very small player. PJ Madden, a very small player as well. And Matty Kinney, light player, although experienced. Athenry have a very experienced full back line to counteract that.
There's no doubt about that, you know. Matty Kinney, he's receiving very close attention there now. Not that he's not been receiving any dirty attention or anything like that, but Jerry Kane is following him like a hawk following them like all over the place, like, and you know, I saw Matty Kinney going out there having a kind of a chat with one of his teammates, and Jerry Kane was out there right beside him as if to say, just making sure he wouldn't say too much, as it were. So, you know, I don't know, Abbey-Duniry will have to try and make some changes in the full forward line, but you know, let it be said now that they're hurling fairly well.
Well, the players has entertained us for over the last 30 minutes or so. The band are now getting ready to entertain us, and we'll leave it to them. We'll be back and we'll have the second half for you. Well, somebody tells me we're the dressing room, just looking round. Can I see any switches and the changes in the Abbey-Duniry team? I notice Michael O'Sheil, number 18. He has the top off, but is he going to the dugout? Again, just looking round. Tom Kavanagh is still there. Well, Val Kavanagh was the player that suffered injury just before half-time. He's okay. He's wearing number 4. And in there, allowing him in the full back line is Liam Hodgins and Keith Finnerty. Noel Finnerty and James Shield and Declan Donnelly. They're in the half-back line. We have the same midfield pairing as Athenry comes out on the field. PJ Kinney, Tom Kavanagh and Kevin Broderick seems to be out at left half forward. And looking inside, Matty Kinney is top of the right. Declan Red Power is going full forward. And PJ Madden is at top of the left. And Athenry, as I said, are back out. Cathal Moran going into his right corner forward position. Joe Rabbitte going into the fringe of the square. Eugene Cloonan into the left corner. And the same half forward line. The same midfield partnership, the same half-back line, and the same full-back line. So there's no changes in either side for the second half. Just switch in the Abbey-Duniry attack with Declan Power at full forward, Matty Kinney at top of the right, and Kevin Broderick at left half forward. So Declan Power, a much bigger and stronger lad in there in the fringe of the square, John.
Yeah, obviously they're going to they've decided to add a bit of beef in there, and you know, you never know, he might come up trumps. But Abbey-Duniry have it all to do.
The ball is in, the second half is on, and Athenry are attacking, and they're 4 points in front as two Abbey-Duniry players go for it and they lose it, and it's picked up by Eugene. Eugene, intended passes doesn't work out. He goes again and he picks it up and he hand passes it back this time to Paul Hardiman. Paul Hardiman, who had a great first half, hurls it down into the corner, well held by Eddie Brady. Eddie Brady 21 yards out. Eddie Brady going through. Eddie Brady loses the ball and loses out to Noel Finnerty. Finnerty down the near side of the field. Up goes PJ Kinney. PJ Kinney beaten by Paul Hardiman. Up to Eugene Cloonan. Eugene Cloonan is he out in the half forward line. Hand passes it into 3 Athenry players going for the ball. And one of them wins it. Brendan Keogh. Keogh into the hand of Declan Donnelly. Declan Donnelly trying to bring out the ball for Abbey-Duniry. He brings it out and he hurls it down into the middle. Waiting though is Brian Feeney. First touch lets down Brian Feeney and Tom Kavanagh beats him. Tom Kavanagh into open space. A chase for possession. Who's going to get there first? PJ Madden gets there first. PJ Madden has possession. PJ Madden trying to get inside of Eamon Keogh. Gets inside of Eamon Keogh. Goes to the ground. Jimmy Coney blows the whistle. PJ Madden wins the free. And Abbey-Duniry has a chance to get a score in the early stages of the second half. About 2 minutes into the second half. And this free, well, is it Matty Kinney's first free of the game? I think it might well be. It just goes to show the discipline of the Athenry defence. This is Matty Kinney's first free. He takes it up, he strikes it in and he sends it over the bar. John, I think that was his first free.
Well, yeah, you know, that was definitely his first free, all right, but they needed that start to the second half. He put that over now with a plum, and you know, made no mistake about it, and that's unlike last Sunday now, he just collapsed at the frees, but he put that over easily.
Well, that's a great discipline from the Athenry defence. That was his first free as the puck out, it's on its way, and it's with Brian Hanley. Hanley, a dangerous ball in towards Joe Rabbitte. Joe Rabbitte goes up with the hand. Joe Rabbitte drops the ball, hurled out by Val Kavanagh. Val Kavanagh missed by Declan Donnelly, missed by Cathal Moran, took his eye off the ball. It breaks back from him, he's lucky. He hand passed it into Joe Rabbitte. Chance of a score from Joe Rabbitte, high from Joe Rabbitte, over the bar. The first score from the big Rabbitte. And again, a little bit of indiscretion there from both Joe Rabbitte and James Shield. Rabbitte was the winner on that occasion, that he sent the ball over the bar for his first score, John.
Yeah, you know, Abbey-Duniry were a bit too naive again there in defence and didn't affect good clearances. Does not Liam Hodgins' fault at all, you know. An Abbey-Duniry player should have cleared it there, but failed to do that. And, you know, this is a very dangerous period for Abbey-Duniry. They could collapse now if they don't weather this storm.
4 points between them again as it was at half time. Kevin Devine, helped by the wind in the second half, used a long ball down towards Declan Power and Jerry Kane. It breaks inside them both, comes towards Matty, hurled off the hurley of Matty Kenny, out to PJ Kenny. Kenny, a low ball Comes towards Broderick. Broderick has a chance to score from Broderick. High from Broderick. Over the bar from Broderick. His second score of the game. And a good point from Broderick.
Magnificent point from Kevin Broderick. Yeah, that's just to show you what he's capable of. And they've decided to put him out at left half forward. He's a great hurler, Kevin Broderick. One of the best in Ireland. But he just has to be given space and a loose ball. That sums him up.
He showed a lot of confidence there in getting that ball and sending it over the bar, and he's looking for it now, and there's three between the sides, and the puck out is down towards James Shield, and in over the heads of James Shield and Pat Higgins. Shields goes back, Shields picks up the ball, Shield hurls it out for Abbey-Duniry, up to the halfway line, up the go, into the hand of Broderick. Broderick again, he gets inside Brian Higgins, but Higgins gets back, but he fouls Broderick as he goes back. Broderick is looking good now.
He is, yes, and he might be about to lift it just in Abbey-Duniry's most important hour in the history of the GA and Abbey-Duniry, and that's what they want.
And Matty Kinney is all the way out, quickly out to take it. 10-7, and if he puts this one over, there'll only be two between them. And this one 60 yards out, dead straight in front of the post. This surely is a chance for Kenny, helped also by the wind. Kenny comes, strikes, high, long, good, and straight and through and over, and just two between them, John.
Magnificent point to Matty Kenny. Fair play to him. He's come up trumps today, and you know, as I said, he got a reprieve today, and he's making full use of it, and he can hurl, and he's producing the goods today.
25 minutes of hurling to go in the replayed county final. 2 points between the sides. It's 8-10, and the puck out is coming. Up goes Noel Finnerty. Finnerty knocks it down towards Tom Kavanagh. First time ball from Kavanagh. This is what could open up Abbey, could open up the Athenry defence. The ball though is going to go too long. It's not. It's kept in play by Matty. Matty has it. Matty trying to get inside Eamon Keogh. Inside John Feeney. Kenny strikes high from Kenny. Over the bar, and there's only a point between them. Kenny again.
Magnificent stuff from Matty Kenny. You know, he's probably Abbey-Duniry's greatest servant. As I said the last day, he froze, but today he's not freezing. He got a 16-minute reprieve, and he's taken full advantage of it. And fair play to him, it shows he's battling it in him.
Brilliantly set up by Noel Finnerty to Tom Kavanagh, who used the first time ball, and that was the result of the score. Duniry loses possession of this one as Feeney sends it up to Hardiman. Hardiman looks, Hardiman strikes. A dangerous ball in. Up goes Rabbitte. The ball knocked out, cleared out by Keith Finnerty. Donnelly's hurley goes up, knocks it down, running down to an Athenry man. He goes back though. He wins possession. He sends it out to that's Keith Finnerty, is it? It's Gerald Lynch in fact. Gerald Lynch strikes it down and sends the rural East Galway side attacking him, but it's broken up. Up goes James Shield. James Shield used the ground ball. Eddie Brady is there. Eddie Brady's out on the halfway line. Eddie Brady gets inside his marker. Eddie Brady strikes long and high, but he also sends it wide. That was another chance, and Eddie Brady didn't take it.
Definitely. I'm noticing there James Shield. He's not aggressive enough at centre half back. He's just struck that ball with venom. He didn't strike it very far. He wanted to become more aggressive, you know. But the game is finely poised.
It's very finely poised, and this is a good county final. Ground's much better, and thankfully the rain has stayed away. It's darkening up here at Duggan Park in Ballinasloe, where I'm confident it's going to hold out for us here as Kevin Devine holds it up and sends a high one down, and out comes Matty. Matty knocks it down, beaten away from this time by John Feeney. As John Feeney went after the ball, Jimmy Cooney calls back the play. Hurley went out there as John Feeney went after that ball, and Abbey-Duniry man is down on the ground. John Feeney is down on the ground. It was all accidental, and Jimmy Cooney is in there putting the hand on the back of Matty Kinney and says, I know you didn't mean that one. It just took out the hurley, and John Feeney's okay as well, John.
Yeah, I didn't exactly see what happened there, like, you know, but Jimmy Cooney judges it to be a free out for Athenry anyway, at any rate.
And the county corner back, the club centre back, Brian Feeney, is going to take it. His own 45-yard line, down the middle, held by the wind and held. In fact, it wasn't held there by Pat Higgins. It is held there by Brendan Keogh. Brendan Keogh was held and turned there by Gerald Lynch. And Jimmy Cooney blows. The free is to Athenry and to Eugene Cloonan. Eugene Cloonan then 40 yards out. And 40 yards out it is, as I said, just slightly to the left. But a chance certainly for Eugene Cloonan to put his sides 2 points up. No goal in the county final. It would be interesting if one comes. Here comes Eugene Cloonan with the free. Sends it in, sends it high, sends it straight and true. The white flag is waving. There's two between the sides again. And that one coming again from a free, John.
That's right, yes, you know. But it was very unlucky in the Abbey-Duniry, man. The ball bounced and Brendan Keogh picked it up. And it just happened that the Abbey-Duniry fella had his hurl fairly close to Keogh, and Jimmy Cooney thought it was a foul anyway.
Certainly Joe Rabbitte is at full forward, and Hodgie so far He's not the domineering force that he was in the second half a week ago. As the puck out, it's on its way up there, over the sideline in front of the stand. And Jerry Donohoe has thrown up the flag. And what's he signalling? Jimmy Cooney. Well, I think Jerry Donohoe signalled it to be Athenry ball. Jimmy Cooney has changed it and said that this is a sideline cut that should go Abbey-Dunary's way. And it is going Abbey-Dunary's way. And Matty Kenny is out there and he is going to take it. Is it a sideline cut or is it a free? I'm not quite sure. Matty Kenny is standing back. And Matty Kenny, I think it is a sideline cut. It is indeed a sideline cut, a short one. Maybe that might never work out. It comes back to Matty Kenny. Matty Kenny is held as it comes back to him. He goes forward, but come back, Matty, come back. Jimmy Cooney has blown the whistle, and it's a free. And the free, Matty will take it himself. Well, he decided to take a short sideline cut into Tom Kavanagh. He was lucky it came back to him, and then he won the free. And Paul Hardiman stands over the ball. Matty Kenny stands over it now as Paul Hardiman steps back. And can he score it? 10 minutes into the second half. 2 points between the sides. 11-9 as Matty in front of the stand. 39 yards out. Strikes it in high and through and good and over the bar and a point between them.
Magnificent point by Matty Kenny. It goes to show you the man is spunk on him. And fair play to him. He's coming up trumps today. I know I keep repeating myself on that score, but you know you have to applaud every score he's got, and the man he's doing the job for Abbey-Duniry today.
Well, certainly Abbey-Duniry is putting it up to them once again. Athenry had was 4 points advantage at one stage, but they just can't pull away from this sticky and determined Abbey-Duniry side as the ball is picked up by Donald Moran. There certainly was grass in the nails there of Donald's left hand as he took up that ball. Jimmy Cooney saw the grass in the nails and he blew the whistle, and rightly it's a free to Abbey-Duniry, and Hodgie has gone out to take it. Hodgie playing at full back, and here he is. Hodgie then to take it. Right near the sideline as he strikes it left-handed. It's a well-hit ball dropping between the 14 and the 21. Up goes Declan Red Power in towards PJ. Out comes the full forward. The ball is in the net. The ball is in the net. It's in the net. The ball is in the net. The first goal of the game. And who was the one that finished it? Matty Kenny. Matty is the one that finishes the net, and Abbey-Duniry lead 110 to 11 points, John.
The hero of Duniry has come up trumps. Fair play to him. He's producing an absolute man of the match performance, and you know they say Matty Kenny was Abbey-Duniry's greatest ever servant. Well, you know he's proven that today at about 36 or 7 years of age.
And they come again through his brother PJ into another PJ. Madden picks up the ball. Madden in front of the stand, 35 yards out, right-handed high from Madden, held. In fact, it comes off the hand of Mickey Cremens. He's lucky. Well, Kevin Devine was lucky at down there in that goal in the first half, and certainly Mickey Cremens was lucky then. Athenry go attacking. Brendan Keogh sends them forward. Out comes Joe Rabbitte. He leaves it behind him. Picked up by Noel Finnerty. Abbey-Duniry have their tails up. They believe in themselves. They're going for it again. Through Tom Kavanagh. Tom Kavanagh is pushed. Tom Kavanagh is pushed. And Jimmy Cooney blows the whistle, and he's going to call up the play. Call it back, and there's throw-in ball, I think, is it? As Jimmy Cooney is calling for assistance there for Tom Kavanagh as he was pushed, going for that ball, and Abbey-Duniry lead for the first time, John.
Yes, I'm surprised them. By God, they're not lying down. You know, this is Abbey-Duniry. This is great stuff from Abbey-Duniry. You know, I thought at half time when they were 4 points down that there was a danger of them collapsing in the second half. But look, there's the scoreline. Abbey-Duniry are 2 points up, and this is great stuff from a club that has no real winning tradition. They're obviously tough men out there that don't like yield into anyone or anything.
And I noticed that Fintan Clark is handing a piece of paper to referee Jimmy Cooney, and the number 17, Fintan Clark, I think is coming into the Abbey-Duniry team, and just wondering where's he going to play, who is going off. They're still attending to Tom Kavanagh. Fintan Clark is in, and Ger Lynch is the player. Ger Lynch is the player that's going off. The number 8, Ger Lynch, is the player that's going off, and Fintan Clark is in at midfield, and he's watching Brendan Keogh, and Tom Kavanagh is still receiving attention there in front of the stand, 45 yards out or so from his own in line. Jimmy Cooney still looking over the injured party, and notice that the civil defence are in also, having a look at the injured party. John, Tom Kavanagh would be a big loss if he had to go off.
No doubt about that. Abbey-Duniry, I'd say the reserve talent is fairly thin, and the man is tough, and he must be fairly, it takes a fair blow now to knock Tom Kavanagh, and he's a fella that could ill afford to lose. He's been attended to there for a long time anyway, but he was superb the last day with shooting 4 points. And as I said, he hasn't been as prominent today. But that's great credit to the rest of the players like Matty Kenny and all them who have come up trumps when Tom Kavanagh didn't come up trumps to the same extent. But as I said, they can ill afford to lose Tom Kavanagh.
Well, moving in Declan Power into full forward, although he hasn't scored in there himself, he has created room for the corner forwards. No
doubt about that. He's an intimidating sight, the size of him. Some people might be half afraid of if you saw a fella about 6'4" coming in like him. And while he's there, doesn't mean a threat about him. Even if he doesn't get anything, he has to be watched. And it was a good move by Abbey-Duniry.
Likewise, Joe Rabbitte moved into full forward from the start of the game. He has curtailed Liam Hodgins' influence on the game somewhat as well.
He has to some extent, all right, but there aren't many scores behind his name. I think there's only 1 point, and it's great credit to Liam Hodgins. You could say he could curtail him as well, and Rabbitte could score goals on an opponent who was intimidated by his presence.
Well, Tom Kavanagh thankfully is back on his feet, and Abbey-Duniry go attacking as PJ Kinney. Well, I thought he was pulled down there. Jimmy Cooney says play on, and Paul Hardiman picks up the ball, and Paul Hardiman solos out for Athenry, sends them attacking, sends them up towards Carl Morden. Carl Morden into Joe Rabbitte. Joe Rabbitte lets it run for Donald Morden. A chance here for Donald Morden. Donald Morden going through. He's brought down. Donald Morden is brought down. And Val Kavanagh, I think, had no option but to bring him down. It was curtains there if Morden had got through.
Wise decision, he brought him down just outside the box, but you wouldn't know Cloonan could nearly go for a goal from a free like this, but there was a goal on, there's no doubt about that from that move. Athenry are going to be dangerous right up to the final whistle, there's no doubt about that, because they're very experienced, and they'll always believe they can beat a team like Abbey-Duniry, so Abbey-Duniry will have to be ultra vigilant right up to the final whistle.
Well, Donald Morden, as I said, was really bearing down on goals there, and the cornerback had no option but take him down, and it'll be interesting. Yeah, John said that Eugene Cloonan might go low and hard from this one. His side is 2 points down. It's 11 points for his side. It's 110 to Abbey-Duniry, and we got a goal, and it certainly has lifted Abbey-Duniry.
No doubt about that. They feel they have a fair chance now. They've launched a few menacing attacks there the last few minutes. They dropped in a ball there. It was just the goalie battered it out, but there's a bit of threat about them. And while they're in the lead now, they'll be dangerous enough. There's no doubt about that. But of course, there's going to be a lot of injury time in this match now, and it's very easy for a team to lose concentration. And whichever team now holds on to the concentrates best of all, well, they'll probably do it. With all this injury time, there's a lot of time being attended there to Donald Morden. He was heavily tackled. There's no doubt about that. He was heavily tackled, and Jimmy Cooney took the name of the Abbey-Duniry player that perpetrated that foul. But anyway, it's Eugene Cloonan's lead standing over the ball anyway.
Yes, indeed he is. It's on the 21. It's right in front of the posts. 110, 11 points in the county final replay here at Duggan Park in Ballinasloe, the 1st of November 1998. It's low, it's into net, and Cloonan has sent it into the back of the net. And you're right, John, he went for the goal.
Yeah, he did the same against Carnmore there 2 years ago, and that puts Athenry back in the driving seat. It was a fairly hard shot, all right, but it was head high, and Athenry are back in the driving seat.
Yes, Athenry back in front, 111 to 110, 1 point in it. Athenry have the point advantage. It was well hit by Cloonan, it was buried in the back of the net. Here comes Devine. The crowd really getting behind the two teams. This big crowd, the long puck out, is bunching in there. Paul Hardiman knocks it out to Broderick. Low from Broderick. A brilliant save! A brilliant save from Mickey Clemens. But at the expense of a point and equaliser.
Absolutely magnificent play by Kevin Broderick and the goalkeeper. That ball was travelling, flying it, So it's great credit to both Kevin Broderick and Mickey Clemens, the Athenry goalkeeper. Broderick, it just goes to show the lethal threat that Kevin Broderick is. And I think he's on his game today, and he's going to be required watching right up to the final whistle.
Well, I think I've seen Mickey Clemens for some time, and I've counted him a very good goalkeeper. And Matty Murphy, well, surely we'll be taking that into account. That was one of the finest saves you could see being made. It was a brilliant save. It was a brilliant shot as well from Broderick. The sides are level. It's delicately poised. It's all on a balance here at Duggan Park in Ballinasloe, and it's Joe Rabbitte in possession. Joe Rabbitte going through, hand passes to Brendan Cow, he drops it back to Rabbitte. Rabbitte has it. Rabbitte trying to bulldoze his way in. Jimmy Cooney has blown the whistle. And, well, the crowd a bit incensed on that one. Rabbitte was trying to bury his way through. And Jimmy Cooney decided, well, he wasn't, that he was being pulled down or dragged back. It's a free in, John.
Yeah, there was no free there now. I don't care what anyone says. There was no free there. So there wasn't. And again, this is dangerous now again for Abbey-Duniry. You know, Eugene Cloonan, I think he'll probably try and have another go for a bullet.
Well, I thought it wasn't a free as well. I certainly thought that Rabbitte was trying to bulldoze in there. But, well, Jimmy Cooney saw it otherwise, they said. And it's a free, and Cloonan is going to take it. And Cloonan standing over the ball is Noel Finnerty. Well, will Cloonan, will he be satisfied with a point? Will he go for another one? He blasted a great one just a few moments ago. Devine is off his line. He's standing out in front of his colleagues on the goal line. Cloonan stands over the ball. Is it going to be a point? Is it going to be a goal? Is it going to be a save? What's it going to be in the end? As players getting a little annoyed and agitated. A hold up again as Cloonan again stands over it, and Jimmy Cooney says, come on, take the free, Eugene. He takes it. No, he's called back again as Niall Shield goes across to the far side. Eugene Cloonan now takes it. This time is it going to be high? It is going to be high, and it's not to be the lead for Athenry. The lead by 112 to 1-1 to 111. 1 point between the sides.
I think they're Abbey-Duniry lucky enough in the final analysis. I don't think they'd have stopped another bullet from Eugene Cloonan, but you know, the Athenry are going to feed in these balls into Rabbitte in the hope that he'll manufacture frees in some way, you know, and there's a thresh, there's always a minute when Eugene Cloonan comes up to take a free.
Well, a dubious field, I thought, but it puts Athenry in front as up goes Brian Higgins. Brilliantly fielded by Brian Higgins, and well, Athenry are fielding the winning frees, and Higgins won that one, and Feeney is going to take it. Brian Feeney, the centre half back. Maybe if Abbey-Duniry used more open first time ball, it would suit them better, but of course Athenry are very experienced, they're very physically strong, and Hodgins misses the pull there to that ball. Cooney blows again. Jimmy Cooney has blown again, and what's he going? He's going to throw in this one. You want to throw it in. Rabbitte is under the ball. James Shield is there. The ball picked up by Brendan Keogh. Brendan Keogh is 21 yards out. Hand pass it to Pat Higgins. Pat Higgins takes his eye off the ball. Drops the ball. Breaks back from. Oh, the breaks are going Athenry's way as he sends a diagonal ball over to the near side of the field. Cloonan is there. Cloonan has a chance of a score. High from Cloonan. Good from Cloonan. A great point. And Athenry are 2 in front.
Yeah, they're on top now at the moment. They're in the driving seat, you know, and they're going to try. While they're on top, and they're getting a few refereeing decisions there as well. And while they're on top, they're going to try and make it count.
Well, not alone are they getting decisions, but the ball is breaking for them. They have taken, I noticed that Pat Higgins took his eye off the ball there, yet it broke back from him, and then he was able to hand pass it or hit it across to Eugene Cloonan to send it over the bar. So the break's going Athenry's way at this stage, and 22 minutes into the second half, 8 minutes to go to the final whistle in the Replay County final. 2 points between the sides, and it's 113 to 111 as the ball is in the possession of Paul Hardiman. Hardiman up to the halfway line. Noel Finnerty knocks it out to Fintan Clark. High from Fintan Clark. Wide from Fintan Clark. To the right of the post. He didn't really look. He hit it well, but he hit it to the right and wide.
Yeah, you know, as you said yourself, he hit it well, but you know, went to the right of the post, and that's no use.
And once again, Mickey Crimmins getting ready. 113, 111. Here comes Athenry attacking. The ball is with an Abbey-Duniry man. The Abbey-Duniry man is Noel Finnerty. Noel Finnerty down into the right corner. Breaks inside there. Jimmy Cooney blows again and deemed that the Athenry corner forward had pushed his man. The free is going again Athenry's way, and it's going to be taken in there by Jerry Kane. Jerry Kane, the fullback, is coming out to take it. Jerry Kane, 35 yards from his own in line. 113 to 111. 20, well, there's about 7 minutes to go to the final whistle. 2 points between the sides. As the free is taken, it breaks over the head of Niall Shield into the hand of Brendan Keogh. Brendan Keogh hand passes to the supporting end of the calling Eddie Brady. Eddie Brady is shouldered over the sideline, and the line ball is to Abbey-Duniry. Jerry Donoghue running up, signalling that it is a sideline cut to Abbey-Duniry. As number 4, Val Kavanagh. Val Kavanagh, blue helmet, going to take this sideline cut, this side 2 behind, as Val Kavanagh comes up, strikes it in, and strikes a good one. Up they go for it. The hand of Feeney comes down with the ball, and he hand passes to Eddie Brady on the halfway line. Eddie Brady solos Athenry forward. Still going forward is Eddie Brady. Well stopped there by Niall Shield, but breaks again for Athenry. To Brendan Keogh, to Paul, to Brian Hanley. High from Brian Hanley. Good from Brian Hanley. Over the bar. 3 points advantage.
They've the winning look about them now, all right, you know. Athenry, there's no doubt about that. They're finding their men now, and they're on top, and there's only about 8 minutes of normal time left. The only thing now that could save Abbey-Duniry, a Mammoth book out by Kevin Devine right into the full forward line where they might win a penalty or something like that, but Athenry are in the driving seat.
Here comes Devine trying Broderick's side of the field this time. Broderick wins it, but is stopped out and blocked out by Eamon Keogh out to the breaks going Athenry's way. I noticed the number 22 is in the game. And 22, it could be Aidan Poignard, is it? I know he's in the game. Yes, Aidan Poignard is in. I just don't know who's gone off, but Aidan Poignard is in the Athenry team. And it is with Brendan Keogh on the far side of the field. And a bit of Bargy over there on the far side of the field. Just looking round. Just don't know who is the Athenry player that's gone off, but Aidan Poignard is the one that's in. And it's 114 to 111. Athenry, the favourites, are out there with that 3 points advantage. And I make it 5 minutes on my stopwatch remaining in the county final. 3 between the sides. Abbey-Duniry needs a score if they are to stay in this county final. Jimmy Cooney, is he jotting a name in there? Is Pascal Healy coming on as well? Yes, Pascal Healy, a big cheer going up for Pascal Healy. He's coming in. And Eddie Brady is the one that's going off. Eddie Brady going off. And I think an Abbey-Duniry player has an Abbey-Duniry player been sent off. I think there has. I think Declan Donnelly has been sent off. Abbey-Duniry down to 14 players and 3 points behind, and 4 minutes of the county final replay remaining. The free is to Athenry and to Brian Feeney. Athenry with 15. Aidan Poignard all alone. Aidan Poignard calling for the ball. Aidan Poignard gets possession. Aidan Poignard was seemed to be tripped there, but the referee says play on. As Fintan Clark is under the ball, the referee goes in again, blows the whistle, calls up the play once more. And, well, a lot of breakdown in the play at the moment. Players a little agitated. That sending off has agitated them somewhat as well. And unfortunate for young Declan Donnelly, a very young player. He has received his marching orders, and Athenry go forward once again. As Jimmy Cooney, does he blow the whistle? No. The ball is with Aidan Poignard. Poignard in, held by Val Kavanagh. Val Kavanagh. Well, as Val Kavanagh tried to bring out the ball, the umpire puts up the hand and signals that it is a 65 to Athenry. All the breaks and the decision seems to be going Athenry's way.
Yeah, no, Abbey-Duniry are showing their inexperience there, you know, they're just things they're following, 3 or 4 players going for the one ball, like, you know, they're just inexperienced, you know, at this level, like, and you know, they're kind of reverting back to their old habits. That's what happens when a team doesn't really have a winning tradition, like, but, you know, there's still 3 points in it, but if Athenry put this over the bar, well, that'll be it, it'll be all over.
Yes, that could be the insurance one, all right. About 3 minutes, Ireland, make it left in the county final, 114 to 111. Declan Power is out again. Well, he's out on the half-forward line. There seems to be nobody in on Jerry Kane now. Of course, Abbey-Duniry are reduced. They're down to 14. And Eugene Cloonan is out on the 65. Waiting and ready and willing to take this free. And determined, I'm sure, to put it over the bar. Here comes Eugene. Long, high, also to the right and wide. Well, that could have been the insurance one, but Abbey-Duniry still have a chance, John.
Well, just a limited chance, like, you have no full forward in there at the moment now, you know, so I don't know, they'll want a lucky break now to survive, but, you know, they've done their best. They're only 3 points behind with 3 or 4 minutes to go, and, you know, the many clubs will be proud to be in the county final and keep it to 3 or 4 points with just a few minutes to go. They've had a good year, you know. I know the Athenry players injured now at the moment, Joe Rabbitte, but of course a lot of these could be time-wasting devices by Athenry just to drag it out and make Abbey-Duniry panic.
I also know that Michael Shield is running in. Michael Shield is going into the Abbey-Duniry attack, and is it Declan Power that's going off? Yes, I think Declan Red Power is the player that's making way for Michael Shield. Michael Shield into kind of a right half forward position. Of course, as I said, Duniry down to 14 players and nobody in at full forward. Here comes Kevin Devine. He can't hit this one down the centre because, as I said, there's no one at full forward. He tries down the right wing. The helmet knocked off the head there of Mike Shield as Matty Kenny comes out, gathers possession. Matty Kenny solos forward. Matty Kenny trying to bring it forward. He goes to the ground. The ball is on the ground. It's now about to be picked up by John Feeney. And John Feeney clears his lines down the near side of the field. Only into an Abbey-Duniry man. He's hooked Fenton Clark by Pat Higgins helping out his defence. And Pat Higgins solos up and solos the ball out and sends it away down. James Shields going back to it. James Shields beaten by Eugene Cloonan. Hit by Eugene Cloonan. Carl Morton going up. Val Kavanagh misses it. James Shields is there. James Shields trying to come out. James Shields held by Joe Rabbitte. The free goes to Abbey-Duniry. And there's still 3 between the sides. Kevin Devine quickly making his way off the goal line. I make it about a minute and a half of normal time remaining. I'm sure there'll be some stoppage time to be played. Abbey-Duniry hasn't scored for a while.
Yeah, well, they've lost their composure. There's no doubt about that. Like, you know, their inexperience is shown, and they're down to 14 men, which is an awful experience. There's a bit of a flare occurring there off the ball. And, you know, Athenry players gone down injured there off the ball, and that's time has been wasted. I hope this skirmish doesn't develop too much. You wouldn't know. There might be a bit of bad feeling going on out there at the moment. So, but I see players are shaping up. There's no doubt about that, and some of them are anxious for timber, as it were.
Well, John Feeney is the Athenry man down. I think Matty Kinney is the Abbey-Duniry man down. And the umpires and the linesmen, well, they're in consultation with referee Jimmy Cooney. And, well, the Athenry lads still needy attention as the planes fly over. Heading on for Shannon is Athenry, heading on for yet another county title. I think this is their 4th, is it?
Their 4th, yeah, and it looks like they're about to do it, you know. But, you know, fair play to Abbey-Duniry. They put up a great show against them. They were a very inexperienced team. They didn't collapse. They could have been slaughtered. They could have been intimidated by Athenry's presence, but they weren't, and they brought her right down to the wire, you might say.
And John Feeney, Jimmy Cooney is, well, he's a busier at this stage. Hope there's lots of ink in that biro, Jimmy. And lots of white page on that black book as he's jotting in some names again. And what's he doing this time? Well, I think he is telling the 2 players to shake hands, boys. It's near over here in the county final replay. And we're ready to resume with the action with the goalkeeper Kevin Devine from his own 21 to take the resulting free. Is this the last chance for Abbey-Duniry? It's high, it's long. He got no chance from a 21 today. Athenry done their homework. The ball is steered out by the defence. Only as far as Vincent Clark. Broken up though by Jerry Kane. And Jerry Kane clears his lines and sends Athenry forward. Up where Joe Rabbitte is way out the field. Joe Rabbitte hurls it forward but stopped by James Shield. James Shield makes room for himself and sends Abbey-Duniry back again. Up goes the hand of Brian Feeney. He drops the ball. He has time to go back and pick it up. Here comes Brian Feeney trying to get his clearance away. Out it goes to Brian Hanley. Brian Hanley up the near side of the field. 25 yards out. Cloonan goes up. Cloonan drops it. Being chased there by Noel Finnerty. Cloonan though is strong. Cloonan trying to get it. Noel Finnerty is the one that gets it. And Noel Finnerty wins the free. And it's a free to Abbey-Duniry. And Liam Hodgins. Liam Hodgins has gone out there to take it. No, in fact, he leaves it for Tom Kavanagh. Tom Kavanagh has come all the way back. Well, they're down a man in the forwards already, and Tom Kavanagh has come back into his own backs to take this free, so they're down almost 2 forwards now, John.
That seems a funny decision. They've only 1 player in there near that Athenry goalmouth. I don't know what they're hoping to manufacture here, but here comes Tom Kavanagh anyway.
Tom Kavanagh, great ball indeed. High, long, dropping in. Mickey Clemens puts up the hand, it goes off the hand, and it goes over the bar. And there's just 2 between them, but we're into injury time. And 2 between them, John.
You never know, you could be in for a grandstand finish. You know, that was pure. If that ball just went off his fingers over the bar, you know, could have gone into under the crossbar as well. You know, one last attack by Abbey-Duniry, and you never know, you could seize a winner.
What a point it was though from Tom Kavanagh from about 60 yards out from his own goal, and he sent it all the way sailing over the bar at the other end of the field. Well, the amateur whistlers are blowing, but the action continues here at Duggan Park in Ballinasloe as Paul Hardiman picks up for Athenry. Paul Hardiman sends them attacking once again into injury time. And it's Aidan Poignard. Aidan Poignard inside James Shield in a right half forward position. A chance for Aidan Poignard. High from Poignard. Good from Poignard. Over the bar. And Athenry go further in front.
Yeah, so that's the insurance. Sure, I suppose also that bit between their teeth. But when they got the free there and goal, that was that, like, you know.
Well, that Eugene Cloonan goal has certainly made a big difference to Athenry's confidence as Abbey-Duniry tried to go forward. Fintan Clark is beaten. Pat Higgins tips the ball back to a colleague, but only back to an Abbey-Duniry man, Kevin Broderick. Broderick to the near side of the field. Abbey-Duniry has to get the goal now to make another draw of it, but this one is hit by Mike Shield. Hit over the in-line, harmlessly over the in-line. Nobody to get to it there. They're short a man inside, of course. They're down to 14 men. We're well into injury time, as I said. Jimmy Coney looking at the watch. 115 to 112. 3 points between the sides. 115 to 112. Athenry have the advantage. And the ball. James Shield under it. Stalemate. Jimmy Cooney blows, and Jimmy Cooney says, I'm going to throw it in between you. Jimmy Cooney then going to throw it in. In it goes. Breaks for Athenry again. Pat Higgins to Brian Hanley. Brian Hanley beaten, and Mike Shield sends it forward. Mike Shield coming across those. Brian Feeney. He leaves it for his brother John. John hurls the ground ball as he does so across the far side of the field. Jimmy Cooney blows. It's the final blow here at Duggan Park in Ballinasloe. Athenry are the new county senior hurling champions of Galway. A great day for Athenry, a great result for them. Hard luck on Abbey-Duniry. They put it up to them, and it was anybody's game right up to the final whistle, John.
Yeah, fair play to Abbey-Duniry. They brought it down to the wire, and you know, they were unlucky. They just lost their composure at vital times. Just when they went ahead, they lost their composure. But you know, as I said, it went right down to the wire, and there was only 3 points in it to finish. I know they're devastated, but they've had a good year, and hopefully they'll be back again. You know, we want a good team in south-east Galway. You know, be south of the Loughrea-Portumna Road. You know, there aren't too many prominent teams in it. But Abbey-Duniry kept the flag flying out there today, and they've nothing to be ashamed of. As I said, they brought it right down to the wire. Athenry probably always had that bit between their teeth, and as fair play to both teams, they gave it their best, and they both survived at the final whistle anyway.
Well, good luck to Athenry from here on. They're now our county standard bearers in the Connacht Championship and in the All-Ireland Club Series. Let's hope now, John, they'll go all the way.
Yeah, so they're more than well capable of doing it. They did it there 2 years ago. They've a handy core there of experienced players, you know, the likes of Brian Feeney, Joe Rabbitte and them, you know, and they know what it takes to win. So they do. And this match, these two matches could have probably done them all the good in the world, you know, because they had to be tough to win these matches. And you know, it goes to show you they can win a tight match, and that they're able to bring it, that they have that extra little bit when it is required, and that they had today. And well done to them. Well done to them, no doubt. And well done to the two teams for serving up fine entertainment, 2 hours and more, 2 hours plus entertainment in Kenny Park last week, in Duggan Park today. And, you know, I'm sure at the beginning of the year, there's very few in the county, John, that would have predicted an Athenry Abbey-Duniry county final. Yeah, very few is right, and very few have predicted an Athenry Loughrea county semi-final as well. And both Loughrea and Abbey-Duniry brought Athenry down to the wire, you know. So both these clubs have a good future ahead of them, you know. Just let them keep their cool now, and I know they'll be bitterly disappointed, but if they're men, they'll be back, you know. And they came on the scene, like, you know. A lot of people predicted at the start of the year that to be a Sarsfield's Athenry final, or Athenry, they'd be the two dominant teams. But you know, as I said, Abbey-Duniry and Loughrea come on the scene, and they are two teams now that can be there for the future if they're determined enough now, and they've let them rise from the ashes again. I know this is a very low point for them now when they lose a final like that after putting everything into it, but you know, Middleton lost 5 county semi-finals in Cork in a row before they won their county final. So you know, I hope to see Abbey-Duniry and Loughrea back, and they'll maybe someday we'll see them two in the final. Well, Athenry, as I said, they're the ones now that are our county champions, and I said well done to them. It was put up to them by the East Galway side, but they had the experience, they had the cohesion, and they found each other very well. Their possession game really won the match for them, I think, in this county final. And as I said, they are now our representatives in Connacht and in the All-Ireland Club Series. We wish them well. We hope they'll go all the way and bring back a county, an All-Ireland title to Athenry and to the county. We need it badly, John. That's true, alright, Galway hurling's at a very low ebb, you know, and maybe Athenry might pick them up a bit, you know, but you know, it's been proven in the past that winning All-Ireland club titles doesn't necessarily win All-Ireland county titles for Galway, but I suppose it might be a step along the way. Corofin proved that in the football, that if you can do it, and you know, and sure, it's quite possible that Athenry could win it again, and maybe bring the 6th or 7th All-Ireland club title to the county, so they're more than well capable of doing it. Well done, John. Thanks very much for your comments all day, and indeed last week as well. And well, it's lovely to see
the Abbey-Duniry players out there on the field congratulating their conquerors on the day, Athenry. And as the big crowd is gathering in now to salute their heroes, they're all heroes out there, not just the Athenry lads, but the Abbey-Duniry lads also. They're all heroes. Well done to everyone involved, to the players, the panel of players, the selectors, the managers, the physios, everyone that was involved. They all need credit for this long year. And so with that, a very good... well, I was going to break up there, but I'm going to continue on. As a great credit to everyone involved. It was a long year. We're into the month of November, the 11th month of 1998, the 11th of the 12 months. So really, 11 months preparation, 11 months of hard work, going to the pitch, the local pitch, training there in the dry weather, in the bright weather, in the long evenings, and of course, more importantly, in the short evenings and the dark days, the dark nights, and worse still, the frost and the rain. And God help us, we have a lot of that in the last few weeks in particular. But they were prepared to do that, and it's hard luck, of course, on a team that loses out in a county final after putting in that huge effort. And it's well done to the team that goes all the way and wins it. As I said, it's a long year, and well done to all involved for their tremendous commitment. They're only amateurs, remember. They're doing it for the club, they're doing it for the parish, and they're doing it for hurling in general. And it's these lads that we must look up to, especially our young people, our young players in the county. They look up to those lads, and well, they are the ones that has done it for our youth, in that they have gone out, as I said, and gone through the struggle. As Joe Rabbitte now is being called towards the stand, and Joe, of course, the successful captain on the day, he being the captain of Athenry, he's making his way towards the presentation area, making his way towards the county chairman, Mike O'Ryan, as the big cheer of the big Athenry following goes up. They salute their hero and their heroes, as Joe Rabbitte now makes his way up the steps onto the stand, and the number 10 there on his back. A shake hands from the county chairman, Mike O'Ryan. Well done to Joe, well done to Athenry, well done to all involved. And well, as I said, great excitement as Mike O'Ryan now is about to make the presentation.
Today and last Monday. We'd like to congratulate 4 teams for giving the big effort. I'd like to thank our referee for all the agents who are doing the job and the officials. I'd like to extend our congratulations to Abbey-Duniry. It's a after 2 days, 2 hours of hard work, but it's such a sport to keep the day ahead of the losers. But they are getting losers, and they can keep their head high after the day. So I'd like to congratulate everybody involved in the team. They're about seniors, and they have done very well. The rest of the year, and hopefully, next year, they'll have made a step further. Some years ago, about 3 years ago, in Manny Murphy, North Trainer, and many have helped the team inside out. So congratulations, Matty, and keep up the good work. I'd also like to congratulate the Athenry and the directors and the students of the development. They've done tremendous work down the years, and hopefully, the day will come. And I'm going to the dream team of the appeal today, only for the assignment. Continue on the road today, only contribution chairman Frankfurt, when he was behind the national championship for Abbey-Duniry. And he's all going to get it to his hands, to drink. On behalf of the people of the area, and people of Galway, I would like to thank you for your work with hurling in the county. Thank you very much, Mike. At this stage, I would like to congratulate Athenry. They're wonderful champions. I would like to congratulate everybody involved with the team, and everybody involved with the hurling in Athenry. And I suppose that's what the 2 years ago, back to the cool again for Abbey-Duniry. And I suppose all that And then he had the third man that stood on Peter's road and took over the team. So the third man he could say is handed to the others. And the reflectors. So we're going to the extraction Tom Kelvin, senior trophy to the big man from Perfection, Joe Rabbitte.
And there it is. Joe Rabbitte lifts the County Cup high over his shoulders. Athenry, the county champions of 1998.
Ladies and gentlemen, we from Athenry, Ballinasloe to my country or battle, from Athenry. I'm delighted to be here today on behalf of Athenry. Take the cup from the pride here, to bring it back to Athenry. We have been a team for promise so much, but I think that this support will be back somewhere nearly there. I'd like to thank all our supporters for following us for the years when we won and the years when we didn't win. But with the help of God, after Christmas we go back down to 10 and we'll be going again for the big one this time. And I'd like to thank our selectors, 5 selectors that we have, Martin P. Kelly, Jackie Sale, Lucy Glynn, Sean Hines, and Matty Gannon. And last but not least, our manager, Pat Daly. He's the man that has got a top side. He's got a top side and won a county final. And our second side, he has brought them to intermediate final. So that's the manager for you. I'd like to thank our medical staff, Marian Hadley, Mary Murphy, and Sean McGree. They've been there when we've been injured, and I'm afraid we'll leave them again after the match. Dr. John over there, they will be soon, through the year. And I was just looking for the husband and like here. Tom Mack, I know he's over there. He'll get out of his gun, but he'll be back again next week. Tom Mack, who's prepared. Billy Carfield, who's on the panel early this year, and couldn't make it out to the So I just like to remember those, and I say that we'll bring the proper out to them, and we'll get back out the right side. Last but not least, our sponsors, Hurling and Coffee. They have sponsored us on our team this year, and I just like to thank them for the sponsorship. We'll try to entire club. That's all, thanks very much. Okay, please hear for Athenry. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Thank you very much.
Well, another captain, successful captain, of course, Ray Silk, renowned for his long speeches. Well, Joe Rabbitte was long, but very much to the point there. Very fine speech there from the Athenry captain, Joe Rabbitte. And of course, as he said there in his acceptance speech, Athenry are also through, of course, to the county intermediate final this year. And of course, well done to the man of the match also. as Paul Hardiman, I think, is the man of the match here in the 1998 county final. So with that, I want to say well done again to all involved. I said a few moments ago about our young players looking up to those lads being amateurs. Of course, hurling is a great sport. It's our national game, and no man or no young fella in the world can play hurling, only an Irishman or an Irish young fella. And so well done to all these amateurs for the wonderful entertainment they gave us here at Duggan Park in this county final replay. Congratulations to Athenry, hard luck in Abbey-Duniry, and we hope you enjoyed what we brought to you here from Duggan Park. With that, from me and from all of us here, a very good evening to you. Leishin Akaja, Gunari and Boherlat, Gulair, August, Taron Mahagiv.